Hello and welcome to another episode of Pixelated Zen Plays. Today we're looking at Awesomenauts. It's a new 2D side-scrolling Moba, and it just came out on the PC. I think it's been out on Xbox for a little while now. I just picked it up, well, truth be told, a friend actually donated it to me, and I had to give it a shot, so we're going to take a look here. This is my second game. The first game was me and two other friends against all bots, and you know, we kind of got our butts kicked because we had no idea what was going on. It is more of a casual MOBA, but you're still going to have a lot of skill involved. There's going to be a lot of learning to do if you want to get really good. You'll notice that the mini-map in the bottom right corner, this is the second map I've seen. Obviously I said it's only my second game, but there is a jungle kind of in the middle of these two lanes that you can take. There are also turrets, just like in other MOBA games, and this is the unique part. You go in here and you buy abilities. You don't get them as you level up, you actually have to go buy them with the currency that you've gotten from killing, you know, bots or from killing other players. You also use that same shop not to buy items, but to buy upgrades for your abilities or for your health or what have you. Right now, I've only got 3 characters unlocked. That's the starter, you know, number of characters. And I'm playing a very stealthy type character. I just picked up a stealth. He's also got a pole. So it's kind of a weird character. In Dota, you generally wouldn't have a stealth character with a pole. That would be something an initiator would have. But, you know, this game is pretty unique. You'll see that bull running past. It's pretty exciting. What you're watching here is the turrets will destroy you if you're not careful. So you need to let your little guys with the shields be ahead of you. If you're standing like on top of them, a lot of times the turret will just hit you. But if you're just behind him, and the range of the melee is actually a little misleading. Your melee range is actually quite a bit larger than you would think. So you can stand behind your little shield bots. Also, with my character, his stealth ability creates a clone of him at very low health, and now I can upgrade that clone to walk around, to attack, to have more health, etc. That allows me to kind of tailor my playstyle so that if I really want to use that clone to confuse people, I can pick up things that'll help with that. I like to pick up the more damage out of stealth, and then I found this lifesteal for my tongue pull. That's what he uses his tongue. He's like a frog guy or a lizard, iguana type thing. So now when I use that, I'm also going to get a little bit of lifesteal, which can really help, seeing as how I picked a pretty squishy character. When you hit the little bots, the little guys that run around, you know, you take it'll do a decent amount of damage, and you'll be able to take them out fairly quickly. You're not really as worried about last hitting in this game as you are just destroying the creeps. The ones that fly are kind of a pain to hit, but if you hit them, they fall to the ground. You'll see those little yellow squares that drop, the little yellow cubes that dropped when I died. That's actually a ton of money. When you die, you start over like this. It's a little, you know, pod that goes back to the ground, and you can collect money on the way down, so you're not completely screwed out of it. But you're still going to want to not die, obviously. The dying, it's kind of, you know, it's not as bad as in other MOBAs, but it's still not very fun, and it's not going to help out your team. I have no idea what this little button thing does. I've messed around with it, you know, through the last match, through this match, and I just can't figure it out. But I'll let you know when I do. So right now you saw I went invisible, and I'm going behind enemy lines. One of the things that takes a while to get used to is where you swing, or which direction you shoot in depends on where your mouse pointer is, not which way your character is facing. And it takes a little bit of getting used to since there aren't that many PC platformers, which is kind of what it is. So getting an idea of, you know, keeping an idea of where your mouse is. Sometimes I'll run up behind somebody and start attacking and realize that I'm attacking the opposite way. And of course it's only my second game and I'll get better, but right here you're seeing this orange kind of glow. it's an anti-gravity field. It'll let you jump much higher than normal. And that actually gets you up into the jungle. When you go into the jungle, there are random creeps that run around, and if you kill them, you get small health bonuses. You know, the little health reach in. And that's how they've used the jungle in this game, in a way. There's also a kind of Roshan. It's just a bigger creep in the jungle. I'm not sure what it does since I've never actually killed it yet. But again, that's one of those things we'll discover as we go. These things are bouncy things, as far as I can tell. They're just used to get around the map a little bit faster. Alright, so we had a bot for a little while, but we just got a player to take over that spot, which is good. You'll see that bull now not only knocks us back, but also slows us. Now that's an upgrade he's bought. That little cowboy dude over there. He's almost dead, but we can't get past that turret because, again, it hits like a truck. You're going to see what just happened to me a lot. I just got blinded by that weird alien dome head guy. He does that a lot, and the longer the match goes on, the more he does it, the longer that blind affects you, the more, you know, dangerous it is. So he's kind of a support character as near as I can tell, and he's not really playing him all that well, I don't think. I mean, it's kind of hard to judge being my second game, but it feels like he could be doing a lot more when I'm blinded like this. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't kill me often, but again, it just feels like he should be dominating me a little bit more if he knew what he was doing. Granted, if I knew what I was doing, though, that might not be happening either. So you can see in the bottom right corner, I am 1 for 3 as kills for deaths, which is not very good. So we're going to go back to the store. I've got a little bit more money, and we're going to buy a health upgrade, and we're going to go back out. We're going to try and get a kill or two. Knock out this little guy real fast and get some XP and some money. And you'll see that green sphere up there. That's going to let you heal if you want. Now, I almost got taken out by another of the same class as me, the same character as me. And that is one of the unique things in this game as opposed to other MOBAs. Many people can be the same character, or at least one for each team. And you'll see me stealthed here. I'm waiting for an opportunity. As far as I know, the stealth will last as long as I want, but the ability to stealth and create a clone will go on cooldown only once I've actually come out of stealth. Now you'll see there, I kind of made a mistake. I hit that bouncy object when I could have done some more damage before I left. And I tried to go back down and rectify it, but I'm really low on health, and this turret actually saves my life. He probably would have continued following me if not for that turret. See, there's some kind of a health turret they just set up, and I think those little balls floating around the big head guy are actually healing. I'm not 100% sure though. I now have a silence on my tongue pole, like I said, so that's actually going to enable me to, you know, kind of gank a little bit more, so to speak, because they're not going to be able to get away, and then when they try, I'm going to be able to stop them from casting their spells. Now see, we almost got that guy, and I was going to go after him, but I thought better of it. I mean, I'm low health, and there were a couple other guys around there. So I'm now in the jungle. And it's not really a jungle, not in the way that LoL or Dota has it, but it's the same kind of idea. Neutral creeps, there's no turrets, it's just kind of there for experience and mainly health in this game. So you don't have to go all the way back to your base. You can teleport back to your base at any time. You just hold B or F, hold F, and eventually you will teleport back. But it does take quite a while.
You are totally down.
Now see, the minions are actually tanking this guy for me, and I've used my stealth so that I can come out of it and actually do more damage. Now I don't actually think I have the more damage out of stealth item yet, but it's good to get into a habit of using it just for when you do get it, especially since that's probably one of the first things you should go for with this character, at least if you're going for a more stealthy build, and honestly I think that that's probably the best way for me to play him right now. So here you go. Okay, I'm now getting the second of the out of stealth, you know, damage increase. So there's for each of the increases you can buy, for each of the buffs for your abilities, you can actually get 2. So the first one does, adds a certain amount of lifesteal, the second one will add another amount of lifesteal, which is very helpful, but it does mean that your abilities change drastically throughout the fight, and knowing what your opponent can bring to the table is going to be a huge factor in how well you do. And see here, I'm chasing this guy, I'm trying to kill him, and of course, I'm blinded again, which means he's going to get away, get back to that turret. There's nothing I can do there. Now, I'm not real worried about being this close to the enemy, simply because I have that stealth option. I can pretty much get away from most situations as long as I react fast enough and it's not off cooldown. And see, I can have multiple clones out at the same time, and it's more helpful if you get the ability to have them fight. So they'll only do a small amount of damage, but a small amount of damage from 2 extra, creeps that won't actually matter if they die, it's kind of nice. Now see, that other one of my character almost killed me, but I've managed to get away, and I'm going to go back. Once I hit this booster thing, he's not going to be able to catch up to me. He can try, but that turret right there would have destroyed him. So here we go, I've used F, and I teleported back to the store, and that allows me to get up my health, and also buy the silencing effect for my tongue. It's actually going to increase the duration. Oh, no, I didn't get it. I got a regenerative effect for while I'm in stealth, so I can regain a little bit of health. Probably a better choice that time. Though we'll see what with the awful silence this guy is able to put out, or not silence, but, blind. So here we go, I've stealthed already. I like to remain stealth for the most part until I've got what I feel is a good kill on my hands, and it really helps to get into position. See, if he wasn't blinding all the time, I'd feel more comfortable about attacking him. But with him, constantly casting that blind, it just feels, too dangerous to pop out of my stealth, because if I do, most likely I'm going to be blinded, and he's either going to be able to take me down, since he's a higher level than me, or one of his, cronies will manage to do the job. You'll see there, we almost killed that stealther, but it turns out it was his clone. And now he's hiding behind the turret again. And there's really not much you can do in this game when they're doing that. There's really no way to turret dive that I've found, since you can't actually walk through the enemy turret. It's one of the limitations, I think, of the 2D model, but I think it's necessary. Because you'll find, if they have no turrets, or if there's a path all the way to their final, dungeon heart, so to speak, it's a drill bit in this game. If there's a path to that, I could stealth back there and just start taking it out. And every time anybody comes, I could stealth and go hide and then go back as soon as they leave. And I could really, frustrate the enemy that way and possibly win the game. So they make it to where you can't actually, just bypass the entire enemy, line. And here, the 2 enemies are following me, but I want to go ahead and take out those little guys first. I know my turret's in danger, but it's not in too much danger yet. Part of the problem is that I have no idea what my friendlies can do, let alone my opponents yet. I need to play some of the other characters so that I can get a feel for them. But, of course, this is only my second game, so I'm not really kicking myself for that. Oh. See, I keep using my tongue grab, and it keeps just swallowing the spheres that this guy has floating around him. I imagine that limits the healing he's getting, but it's not what I want. I want to pull him in and silence him. And then we'd be able to take him down, hopefully. He is level 19, which makes him, almost 10 levels above. Well, he's 20 now. It means he's almost 10 levels above, most of us, which isn't good. He's been fed a little bit, it looks like, because this guy's only level 13. So, not too bad there, but the first game I played was with, like I said, with 2 friends, and we were just against bots, and we got stomped for most of the game. The bots ended up level 25-ish, while we were level 8. But we managed to actually make a concerted effort and hold them off from taking our last turret until we were able to, you know, kill them several times and actually level up quite a bit. And we actually came back and won that. Now, against players that were halfway decent, obviously, if we, you know, they were 25 and we were 8, it would have been over. But it feels a little more casual than your average MOBA game. And I'm really looking forward to playing this a little bit more. I've actually got 2 friends who are playing it quite a bit lately. So we're going to team up as much as we can. It's kind of a, you know, a downside at first. Generally when we play new games, if we team up together, we all suck. So we're going to get destroyed. Now, if you team up, or if you queue up solo, there's a chance that some people on your team could be decent. Now later on, once we've all become good, obviously it's going to be way more beneficial for us to queue up as a team. Assuming that there is a, you know, I know there's a team queue, but I don't know if that's going to put us in a category where it's only going to queue us up against other teams. Here you see the enemy's drill bit. I'm stealthed right up to it, there's no defenses, all I've got to do is wait for them to go away. And that's all I've done. The bots are past me, they're preoccupied, now I'm just going to do some damage on this thing while they're not looking. Since they haven't even touched ours, we're kind of at an advantage. And you see that cowboy came down, all 3 of them came down to try and stop me, I stealth. This rocket, the big bot on our side, is a big creep, it does a ton of damage. And you see that it almost took out that brain guy. And right now, all I'm really interested in doing is, I tried to get that kill, and it was a stupid idea. What I should be doing is staying stealth and making them think that I've left the area. And then as soon as they leave to go, you know, take one of our turrets, or try to, I can pop back out and attack their little dungeon heart. See, I almost attacked, and the cowboy was right there, and that would have kind of defeated the whole purpose. I would have got maybe a hit in before he attacked me. And there is an 8-second cooldown on my stealth. Now here, I'm destroying this thing, and they're coming back in a wave, but I've actually got some friends coming with me this time. So we're going to try and take this thing down as quick as possible. They're going to defend it. You are able to hide behind it and not take damage, but again, if you do that, you're not going to be able to, you know, do much against us. You're going to be able to throw the occasional thing out. And that's my first match, or my second match for Awesomenauts, first one I've ever broadcast. You can see Krovlar right there. I level 18, 2 kills, 3 deaths. Not too bad, really. Well, leveled up to level 3, and I got a clock necklace. Reduces the cooldown on Splash Dash. I don't even know what that is. And I got a new character, Clunk. Let's see his ability. Self-destruct, dealing damage to yourself and nearby enemies. Clunk has a temporary jet boost, hold space to ascend. Clunk bites nearby enemies, replenishing his own health. That's nice. And shoot volleys of guided missiles at your opponents. Alright. Not bad. We're going to try him another time. And we'll have more videos of Awesomenauts for you. Let me know what you think, and goodbye.